Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King's Cup America, our first game of the day, Complexity versus Digital Chaos.SA. For whatever reason you are just tuning in, we are starting things up a little bit late here. DC.SA have only just showed up to the lobby to play, so because they were so late, they have been disqualified, or their first game has been a DQ. Yeah, forfeit game one. That win goes to Complexity. Now they're going to be battling it out to see if they can at least make it a 1-1 series here. We get started with a ban onto a very disgusting pair in the Venomancer and Lich. While we go back over to DC's side, they ban out the Earthshaker and Necrophos. All right.
I like those bans. Obviously, you get rid of Necro and Venom, which are two of the best cores in the game right now. Now we're getting first pick Jakiro. Kyle's just going to do it. I know his team wasn't a fan of Jakiro, but Kyle himself loves him. This is where being the captain really comes into play.
Wait a minute.
You know?
You said his team was not a fan.
His team doesn't like Jakiro. Like, we were talking to him, they don't like it, but Kyle loves it. Kyle absolutely loves the hero. Now they're just going to first pick it, so interesting.
Yeah,
I think
it's one of those situations where we're just all hanging out in the backyard, you know, and then Kyle's like, yeah, Jakiro, and his teammates are just kind of like, you know, I don't know, he's a bit of a crazy, you know, this crazy man doesn't know what he's talking about, but Kyle loves it. And there's a lot of reasons for this hero, right? He's a building sieger. He's got very good range on his spells. He's got a very beefy body as well. It's difficult to kill this guy. A couple of, you know, offers a lot, and his versatility as an early pick that can be run as a core as well.
Yeah, he can stop the push against Nature's Prophet. I don't know. I feel like this hero have problems leveling up once he reaches level 5 and 6. After that, it seems like it's going so slow. But as you mentioned, the heavy building damage dealer, you don't need to have anything else. You can just have a damage dealer in position 4/5, which is pretty unique.
Yeah. And they follow up with Nature's Prophet Spearbreaker. Obviously, NP has been, first picked almost every game right now. It's just an overall good hero. Does her thing. Can carry a game if you get farm enough, can split push.
Do you like it, though? Do you like that?
I actually don't hate Nature's Prophet as one of the first pick heroes we've been seeing a lot. I think he always brings action, right? Because he's always TPing around, going for the early kills. And I enjoy that. And Spirit Breaker, I mean, a big counter to Nature's Prophet and a very Matthew hero. Just run at you, just create a lot of chaos kind of hero. So like DC.SA's opening, and you know, I'm still on the fence for the Jakiro, but I think the three people I've seen pick it now are Kyle, Peter, and Fear has been actually picking it in FPL, which is interesting. I really don't know their thoughts on it. I know Kyle's thoughts on it, but I don't know the other two. And there's Night Stalker, just a beefy 4-roll.
Not too worried about being, you know, can hold his own against a Spirit Breaker, unlike some squishy supports.
Yeah.
Some other things as well. I mean, being able to silence, drop that silence. As Spirit Breaker's in close range, he won't be able to get off his ult. If he's silenced, the Void can actually stop him, his charge as well. And then the silence on Nature's Prophet, often, you know, he has two ways of preventing Nature's Prophet from escaping from like a split push or a situation like that as well.
And he can fly over the sprout trees, which is very big in the early game.
Yeah, they have both spells. Jakiro can remove the trees with liquid fire, with ulti, pardon me, and Night Stalker can fly over. Both of these heroes really don't care about harassment, since they have high base armor and a lot of HP.
They're slow, and no real hard lockdown disable, but yeah, there are a couple of bruisers in the early game for sure. And great zoning lane harassment with Jakiro, while Night Stalker can run around and cause a ruckus.
I could definitely see a Beastmaster coming out from Complexity.
Oh yeah,
decent versus both these heroes. Strong push with Jakiro as well, and all that vision from Night Stalker Beastmaster.
10 seconds.
I like the Beastmaster a lot.
The bans here are interesting. They seem to kind of want to protect the Nature's Prophet a little bit with these bans. Yeah. And for Complexity, it's kind of the opposite. They want to start shredding away at this global synergy that DC.SA have. So there's the Ancient Apparition, obviously one of the few supports who has that kind of global fight presence. And then the Lifestealer as well, who adds to their strategy, having two good vehicles already. So just focusing on the synergy here of DC.SA in this, our Complexity in this draft.
Both teams we talked about sometimes not having tower pushers. One team already has Jakiro, one team has a Nature's Prophet. They're going to be fine in that category.
Not a lot to intel to go off from, so it looks like DC.SA will pick up their secondary and more selfless support. A Witch Doctor is going to be the grab here. So more proactive movement, not going with a defensive support like a Dazzle or anything like that there. I don't know.
Yeah, this is actually funny. The very first, it was an open qualifier of 2015. The first time I cast Lucini, it was actually She-Sid on the Witch Doctor. So, and I believe that is going to be him playing it again. So it provides, I mean, the casts are just amazing, right? Early and late game. And then there's the brew.
One thing about Witch Doctor, I never knew when to pick this hero or how to use it when we played competitively, besides when you're playing like a push strat. I mean, it's, I don't know, I still can't find a good reason why Witch Doctor is picked. He's a strong hero, but there's no, I can't see anything else than that. Like, he does okay in the lane. It provides a lot of sustain if you level up heal. Does a lot of damage with the Maledict. It depends on what you have to combine it with.
Well, I think the team like MVP was using this hero quite a bit, and MVP, like, they wanted to fight you basically all the time. So in terms of having relatively cheap spells, some intermediate healing to get people ready very quickly for the next fight, and then just like these skirmish disables against, like in these smaller team fights, fits Witch Doctor pretty well. And then he does a good amount of damage early on as a support, like compared to other supports in that similar position.
Right click is good. The animation is also pretty good.
And the Maledict you mentioned as well. So I think he fits in very active lineups as well. Teams have used him quite a bit to just be fighting all the time.
Yep. And Brewmaster, we've seen him a bit. I mean, we've been seeing, what, Phase Boot, Blink, Echo Saber. I think every time just a strong hero.
Yeah, he really
just, destroys the enemy supports, especially a hero like a Witch Doctor, even Nature's Prophet with that double hit plus slow plus a crit.
He also stood up pretty well when he was faced against that CK and able to deal with the illusion so well.
This looks like a good Brewmaster game. There's not too much lockdown for him so far. There are a couple of stunts, but there is also a save from Jakiro's Ice Path.
Monkey King coming out now, and it looks like a core Monkey King.
Yeah, plus he has evasion, and all these 4 heroes are pretty much right-click. Witch Doctor ulti is also physical, so...
It's going to be a pain to kill the Brewmaster for sure. He really is just a pain, like, no matter where he goes. So, again, this is also versatility. I don't think Complexity are going to run a core Jakiro in this situation, but the Brewmaster is also a hero that could have fit different roles, so this might be a mid-Brewmaster now.
Yeah.
They could have also used it possibly in the offlane or to match up with the Monkey King.
It's not going to be offlane since they have Brew and Beast, I mean. So it's going to be mid, probably.
Yeah.
You can still farm with it, but the hero needs levels.
And with the Monkey King pickup, again, like, still a ton of mobility. Like, these, literally, you can go from peacefully farming your lane to having all 3 of these on top of you at, like, you know, instantly. So...
Yeah, we've seen DC.SA. They already played Monkey King once. I believe it was HF Ant who played it, but Attune is very good at it as well. So they haven't really given away their carry or their mid. Obviously, if Complexity does run like a Brewmaster middle, Monkey King plus Witch Doctor is not a terrible dual lane to counter against it. They're going to have like a Jakiro sitting mid with him as well, but it's not terrible.
Well, this does not seem like a good Monkey King game for me. You have Beastmaster with Axis who can cut down trees. You have Hawk, of course, plus you have Night Stalker with the night vision.
The fly, you can burn down the trees.
Yeah.
He wants to fight within the circle, and Jakiro could just like macropire in the middle of it.
Plus Drunken Haze thrown at Monkey King.
Tough Monkey King game is what I'm assessing here.
They do have some stuns, so there's some synergy with the ult, but at the same time, Complexity's draft, and Grant called the Beastmaster again earlier, that they've used in a lot of their games, has so much vision. So the Night Stalker and the Beastmaster, I mean, mobility is often negated a little bit by vision, right? Because if you count on getting numbers, you count on either surprise or somehow having that kind of advantage, and vision kind of negates that.
Damn.
Ooh. These last couple picks were fun. Phantom Lancer versus Monkey King. They got to be some sort of like crazy cousins or something. Yeah. And then Pugna comes out. Attune picks it up right away, so...
Should be middle, yeah.
Does feel like a heavy kind of, I don't know, when we say all in, it's just a heavy push kind of lineup already.
Oh, looks like it's going to be middle PL, though, with Chessie on the Brewmaster probably going in the carry lane then.
Till they get that last second swap.
I don't know. I've seen both.
I think the mid matchup is better if you have Phantom Lancer can dodge Pagna spells with Doppelganger, unlike Brewmaster, who's pretty vulnerable against Pagna.
If he just gets charged, Decrep Blast, he could definitely go down super quick.
Good synergy there, and Decrepify plus a charge. Can't attack.
Can attack him.
It's an interesting draft from DC.SA. They've got a lot of mobility and some pretty good objective taking as well. So it's going to be, again, a matter of like taking smart fights, not getting run over in lanes.
Yeah, he needs to be careful with that Decrypt in this game on his team. They all are like right clickers.
Oh, and a quick pause here. From Complexity, interesting. You know, they had plenty of time to think, but you know, maybe just another couple of minutes here. You know, think out everything.
Did they give a reason? It doesn't look like they even gave a reason there, Grant.
Doesn't look like it. You know, maybe. I mean, you know, I usually demand something, but I'm sure, you know, maybe Kyle drank a little too much lemonade. You know, just going over, taking a quick whiz.
Yeah. You know, got to be clear and empty and ready to go. Maybe he figures, you know what, we waited long enough for you guys to get here to start the series. We'll make you just wait a little bit, but
oh, there we go.
There's the reason.
Do we know if they're gonna keep the chat wheel sounds?
I spoke to Ice Frog just an hour ago. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, cool. What'd he say? Oh, you mean you're kidding? Oh, sup, Dakota. Good work.
Sup. Cool. Heads up about the goofaw.
I'm really goof on about
really
the goof
on about some shit. Okay, but looks like Hotkey's getting situated here. Kyle's ready to go. Suddenly HFN is not happy about the server for whatever reason, and we'll see if they can unpause and get underway here. It's, you know, appropriate time to be able to kind of check it out. Ping is
an issue.
An issue apparently here. But
you know, maybe you should, you know, show up for your games, but we are going to get right back into it. Unpause happens, and it's going to be interesting. So Monkey King game will be HFN on. It doesn't look like they'll be middle. Looks like he's just going to go for the carry lane already up top. These two are going to run into each other. It's Matthew, Z-Freak, obviously the 2-4 rolls, and you go different builds on one. Night Stalker always goes boots because, you know, you can just run around. Then you have the Orb of Venom on Spirit Breaker. Just extremely good early game for chasing people down. He already skilled charge. Sometimes you hold on to the point and get bashed, but nah, he's good.
Jack, are you sad that DC.SA actually managed to get the 5th player as well, all 5?
What? Why would I be sad about that?
Because we can't play pub.
Oh.
It's only one game, so there may be time for a pub after this. Unless this game somehow goes like an hour, then we may only have like 20 minutes or something before the next series
we can
to
lose
begin.
pretty quickly.
You could lose pretty quick, yeah. I mean,
yeah, I know the viewers really enjoy seeing 2K players play together, but you know,
let's let the pros go. You know.
Grant, we have over 10K MMR together.
Yeah, you 8K Jack too. I'm just kidding.
Me, you, him, and 5K on top. Make that.
And it's gonna. I think Brewmaster is gonna have a very good lane against Nature's Prophet. Obviously, the evasion's gonna be nice. I think Nature's Prophet does good. What for like levels 1 or 2, and then once Brewmaster actually starts getting like all his spells, it could be really rough on him. Middle lane, we're just going to have a block coming out, a tune, gets the rune, goes forward. Who actually wins this lane?
Pugna
wins PL, right? PL has higher base damage, obviously, and doesn't take much harass early, but once the levels of blast start coming up, it's rough, right?
There's some fun, like, decrypt games you can play, too.
Yeah. You just decrypt.
Prevent them from being able to get CS and taking CS for yourself, but I don't know.
Yeah. And already, I mean, those 4s are just fighting each other out by the Roshan. That's about it. Now, my man, he went for a charge and he got first hit bashed by Roshan. It's just not Matthew's day today right now.
Yeah. He's like, I was here first in the lobby ready to go, though.
Yep. Bottom lane, yeah. We do see the 1v1 lane, Chessie versus King Taku. With the Quelling Blade, it could be a lot easier. It is interesting, right? All these lane controls, like Decrep on the PL so he can't last hit. Then you have the Drunken Haze from Panda bottom. Fearon can't last hit. A lot of lane control from both teams.
I think I hand this one to a Toon. There's some interesting plays coming out too, because he's trying to fake the animation on the Pugna Blast.
Yeah.
Which looks like a stutter, and then like Limp tried to dodge it with a doppelganger. So I don't think Limp should die, but again, between Decrepify, between him not really wanting to like early max level doppelganger just to get the cooldown down so he can use it to dodge like blasts, I think that Attun's in a pretty good spot.
And
Yeah,
you see
he's already on 8 CS, 8 out of 8 actually.
Yeah, and 3 denies. He's doing a very good job right now. And we talked about Attun was a very good player for DC.SA to pick up, very high skilled.
Yeah. Pugna's super frail, so, you know, I talk about in the past when we saw a lot of Earth Spirit, how there's a lot of mid laners that are hard to kill. Like, this would be a great game for Earth Spirit.
Pugna,
Someone to roll in
so
and just beat the shit out of him. But right now, there's just not that much opposing threat. Night Stalker Nighttime will probably be the first big ticket.
Night Stalker wants to get bashed by Roche.
Oh, he did get the haste. Well, haste rune could definitely be a first blood on middle. He does health potion up, but that's still a ton of damage they can bring in here.
Uses Decrep, pokes at PL, but now Trouble's coming in from behind. Attun, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But man, that haste rune's like the perfect rune. Helps him push him back a little. Maybe PL can get some farm. Nature's probably having a rough one. Only level 2, almost 3. Sometimes you want to get the jungle, commit to that. That's about it. But
the value from double null talisman on mid. I had Fog sitting behind me yesterday. We talked a little bit about it. I was playing mid with double null. The amount of intelligence you gain from it is just insane.
We see him doing that fake blast stuff again. Top lane, though, they're initiating on the Moo. Possible a bash. Nope, they probably won't need it because, like you said, Furion just flies in there and a first blood comes out of Moo. They have to commit 4 players, but for a first blood, that is usually worth it. Pause from coL. Probably more hotkeys, yep.
Jakiro is just a complex hero, and you really need to have 3 sets of hotkeys to really get all...
To mouse wheel through each set, yeah.
Yeah. So when you got so many difficult, intelligent intricacies to the hero like Jakiro, you really got to make sure your hotkeys are in line.
So Chessie 14-5 versus Nature's Prophet 3-4. Chessie's having a great game. Chessie's actually destroying him. Kyle's sitting bottom too, but
Yeah,
I mean, what does the Furion do? He gets clapped, double breath. He could just die. He has to sit so far back even with
they
boots.
have nothing to stop the stun with. Kyle might get Ice Bat on level 3, but I don't know if he will. I mean, Nature's Prophet cooldown on teleportation is so big. Right now it's going to be level 1 for quite some time. He also went for Sprout level 1 to get the kill on top.
Which hurts, actually.
Yeah, but Brew with that Drunken Haze, I mean, 8 seconds cooldown, 10% chance slow and 70% chance miss. I mean, you can't really last hit anything.
Yeah, and you're just if you just sit in lane, he's just gonna clap you and just keep smacking you. So it seems like a very good lane bottom for Chessie, but middle lane obviously Attun. It's 14-4 versus 12-4, so the PL caught up to good last sitting under his tower. The problem is Pugna needs to come on a lot sooner than PL. We'll see if he goes the Treads or the BOT builds, because we've seen both already this tournament.
On Limp?
On Limp.
I think he needs
Treads or you like bots?
He needs the damage as soon as possible. A kill, Soul Ring if he wants to go to 4, and just defuse the blade as soon as possible.
Yep, here we go. Top lane, they're going in, but that'll be that. Just throws axes, cuts the tree down.
I mean, there's a synergy with Beastmaster. He can TP, but what happens when you TP? You have no damage whatsoever.
Yep.
Just throw some lances.
Top lane, actually, Nature's Prophet is still just chilling up top. He hasn't even gone back bottom. That's a problem with level 1 teleportation. Just now comes up, and he'll finally head down bottom, but we'll get some of this experience. We'll see how far they want to dive back here to make sure he doesn't get any experience, and they're willing to do quite a bit of it. Chessie 3 tower misses in a row, and then it unaggroes him. And Chessie's feeling it today. And we see Z-Freak around here too. King Tech is playing this very smart. He could just die from 1 void.
Nighttime now, 4 minutes in. Z-Freak on the prowl.
Oh, and here we go. Are they going to go in? Doesn't look like it. Just harassing. This is very rare of King Tech. Usually a very aggressive player, but he's playing this safe. And he's playing it correctly. Here we go. Charge comes in. They're going to run into Kyle. They have a Witch Doctor here as well. He's going to have to stun Chessie. Hits him with the level 1 Maldic. Doesn't really do that much damage. And they're just going to try to harass him out. And that's what they'll get going.
2 rotations down here, though, to establish or regain control.
Yeah, these 3 heroes from Complexity are pretty hard to take down. Jakiro, Panda with the miss, Night Stalker, high base armor, 400 movement speed. Even just with 1 level Hunter in the night.
So middle lane, we see Limp already taking the lead, 26-11 versus the 23-5 on Pugna. It just gets worse from here, right? I mean, Pugna gets a nice blast, but you see one lance, and it's like half his HP already. What does the Pugna need to do? Does he bottle Crow, or?
Go to Shrine. It's ready.
I think at this point he probably changes focus to just being able to clear out the wave instead of actually trying to harass or kill his opponent.
No point in trying to harass him anymore because he has his Shrine ready as well, and it's just building up. Magic Stick will just tank up from there. What does he have? Full Magic Wand and Boots of Speed Bottle. That's a lot of sustain on the lane.
It's a nice rotation from DC.SA to protect their tower, and also like because of the start they secured in the first blood, you're not really afraid of putting the Monkey King, I think, against the Beastmaster, and leaving him up there.
If they're going for Z-Free, I don't think they're going to find him. They might get a Sprout up, but he can just fly over if he really needs.
17.
There he goes. The Treant's actually blocking HFN, who has Phase Boots, runs past him, and they don't want to run uphill. They know the Shrine's there. So another rotation that apparently went awry from the Dire side.
Yeah, before that was all the attention to the bottom lane. Now here, just a bit of a disarray at the moment for DC.SA.
Yeah, that's good warding by the Radiant side because they had the ward. They pinged out he was charging, so Z-Free could just get the Void off so the charge didn't hit.
A little bit of karma or, I don't know, balance in the nature or the universe, we can call it, after that first hit bash from Roche on Spirit Breaker. He got the Regen Rune plus some lucky bashes on top.
Yep.
Wow. It's a very profound way of looking at it, Lacoste.
And HFN, missing a free CS right there. HFN is top of the leaderboard, though. 47 and 18 last hits denies. He's farming up well. What build does he go? Does he go, what, Phase, Aquila? You think Diffusal first, or what?
Echo Saber.
Echo Saber.
Double kill, probably. But, yeah, Diffusal Blade, I kind of love the build, especially with Echo Saber combined. You burn so much mana.
Yeah.
How come no one ever tries Mask of Madness on Monkey King? Is it too ham with the silence just kind of screw you up from being able to do anything after?
Yeah, I think because you want, like, when you cast ulti, you just want to sustain in the ulti. Like, you're letting your ulti do the damage. If you Mask of Madness, they just aim you down.
You get the bonus armor from ulti, so
you
don't want to lower your armor.
Getting initiated on. Will he throw out the stun? Chessie has it. There it is. Saving the Void now is Z-Freak. Nicely done. Charge comes out, but he actually just charges him. Will he still go down? Boulder should kill him. It does. On the backside, Shisha trying to move around. They're looking for Kyle. HFN is TP'd in too, but he gets thrown in the air, and that is a long hurricane. But now Shisha just gets bursted down by Chessie. HFN's here now. Look at all these misses. Has so much missed chance. They can't really do anything. He just hops up on a tree, jumps down, actually juking. We're going to see a Sprout come out. Very long fight. Charge coming in. He already respawned. Throws out Drunken Haze again. Will he just get it? Does. Matthew picks it up with the last hit. So...
Is it possible to miss Boundless Strike?
No.
No?
No.
How's True Strike?
Thank you, Jack. No, yeah, Boundless Strike is...
I mean, if only you knew the lore a little bit more, you know, because, you know, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, the Monkey King bar, that thing doesn't miss.
Ooh. Damn. Oh, Z-Freak's still in very deep. Charge comes out, hits him. Will he get a bash? Does he even need it? No, Boundless Strike will fly across everything and just nail him. Oh, top lane. Kyle's getting initiated on. We're going to see a Sprout. He does not have a Quelling Blade or anything this time. Axes come in, but he already summoned Treants. Oh, and that bounce. Nicely done. And he gets the Born. Wow. That is 2 quick kills coming for the Dire, which is good. I don't know. Z-Freak, I guess, just didn't have a TP. He was just sitting around in the jungle there.
Night Stalker did not get too much out of the first night. It's already over, and he is only level 3. Yep. He will need to buy the tome, steal it from Jakiro.
The casks from the Witch Doctor are potentially pretty annoying when you have like the creeps, especially doors and stuff. Yeah. And also, like, if they really get, you know, too out of hand, then you have like the Boundless Strike just coming through and clearing them, and the Pugna Blast as well. So
we've seen this is our 3rd Monkey King game now. The first one, BSJ, didn't go well. I believe the second one was HFN, and that's when he went super ham on the hero. And I mean, he's having a very good start again this game, so they need to be careful. Look at Kyle. He's charged, get ready to jump down. Oh, and the 3-man rotation. Misses a jump, gets the first hit bash. I believe this will just be a free kill. Boundless Strike early, gets the Jingu Mastery, gets the kill. And yeah, good rotations. This is their first gold lead of the game as well. They're up 5-2. Moo has been farming. He's level 6, but he's getting charged. There we go. The Decrep slowing. We're going to show it. There goes Maldic. Gets the roar off. The boars are actually going to pick off Shisha. He goes down, and Moo He's going to try to get out. Blast flies, and ulti from King Tekka finishes him off.
Man, DC.SA are finding some kills. They're shedding some blood. For Nature's Prophet, who was bullied out of the lane, he's continuing to be proactive with that teleport.
Yeah.
Nice counter kill there. The side roar caught the Spirit Breaker just as he came in.
Oh, bottom lane, pardon me. HFN's trying to hide the trees to jump up, but the Panda just going in. Nice stun comes out from Shizit again, and they're just going to try to take down all these little Panda thingies. They need to kill the Fire Panda. Actually does so much damage. They need to kill the Fire Panda. They're trying to. He needs to sprout, maybe blocked. Oh, there it comes. And oh man, he gets sprouted up. This should just be a kill, and it is.
Dang.
Dude, this movement right now. Oh, they might find Zephyr as well. He gets him melted off. Almost
he's
a stun.
3 at 10 minutes, so he's not in a good way right now.
I like HFN just sitting around. Any boundless strikes, Help gets the assist, and they are moving around the map so crisply.
What did you say would be funny of what happened in this game?
I mean, I did say before, so I think DC.SA was going to take a game from coL this series, and I mean, they're only going to play one. It's a good chance. I think. Well, we haven't seen Limp or Attune, have we? The Pugna or PL. Like ever since the fight started, both those are just fine farming. And who do you think that is better for?
Well, Attune achieved his objective. He wanted to take that. His mid tower, by the way, is still spotless. It's untouched, and he managed to take down that tower. As soon as there's any kind of rotation, he can apply so much pressure. And DC.SA are executing their game plan very well right now. Like again, we talked about mobility for their heroes, right? They're getting 4 people to every fight. The Complexity has kind of been taking fights where they won't be able to get reinforcements in time, and now they're losing objectives as a result of that as well. That's the important part of beyond the kills.
Yeah. We do see bottom tower goes down for the Dire as well, so they're getting, or Dire tower picks up the tower.
Our mid tower is no longer spotless. It's been burned up a little bit.
Yeah, and look at bottom, they're just going in, man. Treants blast.
Nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, this is very nice from DC.SA. Look at that. They know. They're like, man, this is almost too easy. And this will be another free tower. Pugno probably wants to blast to get it, and he will. And he's going Aether Lens next. So much damage. They don't even have Pugna Ward. Remember when Pugna Ward, like, you had to max it, like, right after that? There's just no need for it. Nope. coL get after Macro Pyre to get out of King Tekka's tree. Damn, it just feels like DC.SA is coming online pretty quick here now. A set comes from Attune. 3 pauses in 1 game. This is actually the hypest I've ever been. God. Oh,
I guess
okay, I'm not mad.
The plus side is the pauses, I guess, prolong this time block where we needed 2 games to fill.
Yep. Man, it's still crazy. I think DC.SA could, they have so much talent on this team, man. Just, get there. And, I mean, look at them right now. 8-3 up. Winning in gold. Attune's killing it. Monkey King's killing it.
It almost feels like this is all on Chessie to suddenly pull it all. Or rather...
Limp.
Yeah,
Limp. They didn't even go for Zephyr. I think they thought it was like an illusion or something. They didn't even go for Zephyr. They were like, what? He's not casting any spells?
Is it even worth the money? They get like 102 gold from killing Zephyr. He's so under-leveled and farmed.
Yeah, interesting build on Nature's Prophet. He skipped actually phase boots and went for straight drums just to tank up, but he's not buying anything. Might consider going for a Shadow Blade right now, just for some survivability and split push.
I was ready for like a mech build to come out or something.
You would have had the mech already. I'm almost thinking it's a Dagon.
Dang.
Which I would say
Radiance
isn't bad, but Dagon, I mean, they would have a lot of burst damage. The problem is if they just kill him first. Yeah, he falls off so quick.
I mean, their pacing
we have
is
on
for
the
no
back
fall
line,
off.
looks like they're going in. Zephyr gets initiated on Maldic that eats out of the tree. He won't die from that yet, but coL just gets eaten alive. Pardon me. And wow, that's quick kills. And all the tier 1s are down. We do have a blink on Panda. But
yeah, that's when they make a move. With the blink on Panda, they can actually do something because they lack the kind of initiation, because Night Stalker is level 4, 14 minutes in. And Beastmaster went for Helm of the Dominator build.
Muo, yeah, he does it. Oh, and bottom lane, they're actually going on Limp. Holy smokes, and Z-Freak might be in trouble. Oh, barely misses the Sprout. He's going to throw up the blast, going to do a ton of damage. Actually, just barely misses. They're going to run back, and Ice Pass whiffs, and DC.SA, they are rolling like the stones right now.
They really are. Can they make it out alive?
King Tekka's in a lot of trouble. He just TB's out, though. Matthew with a nice charge. He might have just sacrificed his life. If Attune lives, it'll be worth it, but he's tornadoed up currently. He's going to throw that out. He's going for the kill. Gets it, but then goes down himself. So old Z-Freak will take another seat on the bench for about 5 seconds here. Actually, yeah, he is under level, but it might work out for him because he's dying so much. And he has an urn. That was a little overextension by the Dire, right? They're diving into tier 3s
they got
already.
a little overexcited, even pushing into the high ground, trying to commit the Witch Doctor ward while they were decrepit. It was a little awkward there at the end, but they just got super excited.
They could have disengaged safely there, but they committed, as you guys said, both the Monkey King ult and the Witch Doctor ultimate without really any target in place. And Complexity were like, okay, they've used their big spells, let's go in on them. Those spells could have covered their retreat if they wanted. So.
This is pretty big. Oh, we actually see, whoa, they had the charge on him. Why'd he go in? He just went in, missed the ice path again. They're charging it. Nice dodge with the doppelganger. They're going to try to go uphill. Whoa. Matthew's now going to be stuck on a cliff. So Zfreak, they're just saying hello to each other, jump down, and it's a 1-for-0. And I mean, Zfreak's alive in 10 seconds. This guy is Jack. We've seen, clairvoyance earlier in the tournament.
I was going to say
this is actually, are these productive deaths, honestly? Do you think they are or no? Like, honestly.
Given how the team is doing, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Again, you don't gain that much from killing him at this point. He gives you vision. It's almost worth it to just let him die to prevent a worse situation from happening.
Yeah.
But I like the Matrix elements of this game going on. I mean, you had the Night Stalker in the air, Spirit Breaker charges him into the air, and Monkey King jumps up into the trees. He gets like ulted in midair. I don't even know what was going on. It's like
an action movie.
He calm down, boys. Furin just finished the full pipe, and it's going for a mech.
And there's an 8th. I mean, DC.SA
they want
is
to finish
online.
it right now.
They want to finish in the next 4 minutes for sure. 20 minutes, they're like, they have 8
wherever they were,
pipe.
they want to go back to doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know where they were earlier today, but
I feel if they wanted to finish, maybe a Necro book would have been a better choice because it scales better.
Oh, here we go.
Game.
Oh, no. Young Zfreak in trouble again. I mean, he's going down, it looks like. The Zuck comes, and Toonfish is on. Moose coming in. He's going to get the roar off. There we go. Clap comes in. So much damage. Maldic gets dropped, but that's going to be a can they disengage? Doesn't look like it. Look at the bump behind the hell. Bear stomps him up and limp. And like Lacoste said, you get that blink on Panda with phase boots. He can 2 or 3 shot the Witch Doctor easily.
We talked about this coming in. Like, DC.SA have to be careful with some of the fights they're taking. I think they have to show a little bit more discipline. Obviously mobility, if you get numbers to a fight, it's good, but if the other team is there in force, then that mobility advantage is negated, and often you can't take these straight up 5-on-5 team fights as well. In that last fight, it was so important that they protect Atoon, and he just got bursted down.
On the backside, HFN as well as King Tekken now going on the limb. He already used Doppelganger to avoid some damage, gets taken down because of it. And there you go, Jack. Yeah, I mean, mobility is good when you have the numbers advantage. That's the big thing with NP. If it's a straight 5-on-5, you lose a lot of that advantage, but the levels are starting to add up on complexity. They're down 7 kills, but not that much gold.
There's a lot of tower gold here, and Atoon is really farmed. He's got Aether Lens plus Veil here, but they have to protect him better in those fights. They can't just kind of leave him out there to get run at.
Yep.
He's too important to both the
lane.
sieging and the sustain.
Yeah, Moo gets gone on. They just pop the pipe just in case. He's going to square up on him. Oh my goodness, he does so much physical damage. Nice bash by Matthew. Going to help him out. Sprouts him in. Oop, do we have anything to stop it? Boundless strike! He should have jumped down sooner and boundless from afar. Yeah. That's one of those plays. Definitely hindsight, but it's rough. And we see Moo, like that pipe on Nature's Prophet, it's not going to really do much versus the PL. It's a very, now that I'm looking at it, it's a strange build when they have.
What do you mean by strange?
Just say not very good. But I mean, it's decent, right? It's decent versus like Dual Breath and Clap. Like it stops the initial burst of damage. And Nature's Prophet also didn't go damage.
It's
he's not going to scale well with that kind of a build. I already mentioned Necro Book would have been probably a better choice. You have Mana Burn, 4 Panda, some more extra attack speed, 4 Monkey King, and those beasts deal so much damage.
And do you like the... He just went HP over damage. I've actually seen it maybe once on Nature's Prophet. They're going in. He's going to try to bash up. They just throw him into the air. And oh my goodness, he gets that Shrine Pop. I don't think it's going to do much, though. Yeah, he's still getting bursted down. He might be able to run away, though. Ice Path on the back. Get a hold Matthew into place. Here comes the Pugna Ward. Get it, just starts Zuck and Zfreak. He goes down both a 4 and a 5 down on each team. Nature's Prophet thrown up into the air. The Panda, oh, perfectly timed by Matthew. They're jumping down. Diffusal Blade on HFN now with a Yasha. And he does a lot of damage. He didn't go Echo Saber. He went full just... I don't know. What's the Yasha for?
I don't know. Never saw it before.
I actually don't know.
Just a cool sword, you know? You want to have in your pocket just in case the ladies come by.
Teleports behind you.
Dragon Ball.
Moo just split pushing.
More mobility.
Look at middle lane. Oh, Kyle's in a lot of trouble here. They pop up the pipe doing a lot. Boundless Strike comes up. Oh, and he gets Jingu Mastery. Zfreak is going to die. Maybe if he wants to commit a Diffusal, he does. Brings him down. Their base is dying. Radiant side. That is a defusal up on Limp, though, but top lane getting pushed in by Moo, and this guy has to be careful. The Witch Doctor could just die instantly from a roar. Burns come up. Defusal, man, look at that. The PL Illusion's doing so much damage with that early defusal. I wouldn't say early, but defusal. And Matthew will sacrifice. How much damage did they get on the mid tower?
Oh,
Sorry.
how much unhealable damage.
They got nothing, so technically top got more. Oh, no, they're about even, you know, a little more for the Radiant side. Boots of Travel now on Limp, so they realize what's happening. If Moo and Limp can just split push, they're going to take towers way quicker.
Execution is so important here. I mean, Witch Doctor bought just enough time at that shrine to allow his allies to come in and clean up.
Yeah.
Then we saw top. I don't want to say it was a misplay, but not being able to kill the Beastmaster was huge because it attracted 3 heroes there, stopped any push momentum that they had, and even them basically in the tower situation as well. So, pretty nice plays by Complexity. You're kind of seeing like the polish and like the understanding of the situation they're in, what they need to do, and it's a very small lead right now on the gold in terms of DC rather DC.SA, and with the objectives being evened up as well, that early boost in gold that they had that could have opened up a very dangerous timing for them feels like it's been largely mitigated.
Yeah. Are you and it feels like because of DC's builds, they have Monkey King scaling, and the rest of them just don't scale really. Oh, Ice Path comes in, get a hit up. Matthew, Macro Pyre's gonna go ulti from the top lane, but Witch Doctor's ult really doesn't do anything again, especially against PL. We're gonna see Monkey King thrown into the air, poorly done. Mech comes out, and he can't even get his ulti off. Nice Ice Path by coL, and this is gonna be a full 5 wipe.
Oh my! Complexity
Damn.
just beat the snot out of him in the river.
And there's
choke
coL.
points from coL.
Yep. And that's coL, right? He's the 5 captain, hits a perfect Ice Path, and then, I mean, what's he going to do after that? He can just make calls for the rest of the fight. All he needs to do is hit Ice Paths.
You don't even need to say anything after.
You hit 3 of them and stop the initiation. Yeah, that's just...
You just killed them. Monkey King was hesitating about using ulti, canceled it first time, then he got void and thrown into the air by Panda. This is why I love Panda. I mean, he can control the fight so much. You have -1 hero plus the one he goes on with the Echo Saber.
Yep.
He pretty much takes him down in 2-3 hits.
And that fight was huge for Nightstalker. He got 2.5 levels. He was 6 before that. Now he's almost getting close to 9. coL is level almost 14. That is nuts. Matthew going in. They're going to find Zeepring. I mean, this one seems very productive, but he might not even die. He just flies uphill. He should be good, and yeah, he's soaring out of there.
He got that experience gain talent, and they just wiped the whole team.
It's nuts.
So
yeah.
We've seen this a few times actually, where it almost feels like the Nightstalker usually almost becomes a 5. Doesn't have a good start, and then the Jakiro, at least in terms of experience, is there.
Whoa, here we go. coL's going in again. Won't have the Ice Path this time. They don't have ult on Matthew. We already see him use it. They're going to blast the tower once, then try to run away. Chessie getting handled by the Pugna from afar. Just keeps throwing blasts. They need it. I mean, they need to win a team fight and take a Rax, but it's going to be smart pushing in. They're just going to commit Monkey King ulti and then hit the tower. I like the play. Roar comes out. He has plenty of armor, though. Not taking that much. Charge comes in, actually hits onto him. Chessie on the back has to defend his team. Looks like they will be able to take this tower with one more Pugna blast. And there it goes. Now if they can somehow disengage, it's going to be tough. Chessie does have Blink Clap, and that's all you need. HFN is actually just going to die. Nice decrep coming out of a tune, but they're all going to get wiped again. You know
Run, Witch Doctor.
Down.
Oh god, they're coming. Oh no.
They could just get counter pushed right now. There isn't any lane pressure for them. All the creep equilibrium is in favor of Complexity. And yeah, like you saw in those last 2 fights, once it becomes an actual 5-on-5, they cannot fight at all with Complexity. Beastmaster just kind of flanked in that last fight and just destroyed a tune. Excuse me. And with the tune down, that's the end of their ambitions in any kind of team fight. HFN didn't even get off his ultimate in that fight near the Roshan.
It feels like the only way DC can win a fight is when they throw Monkey King ulti or just zone them out. After that, it's pretty impossible to take fight. They are doing such a good job of just focusing the Pugna with the Beastmaster ulti, which they should do, because he is the biggest threat.
Damn.
Also, Monkey King needs to get a BKB. He's going like super greedy, all-in build with Maelstrom and Yasha.
The Monkey King ult feels like a rickety dam holding back like the Complexity floodwaters, man. It's like, as soon as that dam goes down.
And that's it, yeah. Oh, charge. Dodged by Limp again. And Chessie's going to jump in. Moo's level 18, so this Roar's going to do a ton of work when he gets here. Attune is saving King Tekka right there with his ultimate. They're going to throw Monkey King again. They're going to bring down Matthew easily. They need to be careful. Oh, and there it is. The level 3 Roar doing so much, even though they do have a Shrine. He goes down. Good game, more than likely. going to get called here, it seems, pretty quickly. Maybe they want to stick around, but this Beastmaster, so high leveled, all that. Whoa, hey, you guys going to forget about shit over there? No, Chessie will pick him off. And there we go. Moo hits him with the all chat there, and they're just going to take this tier 3, possibly the Raxes.
And just look at this giant army assembled. You've got illusions, all kinds of beasts and creatures.
And there it is.
That's the game.
Yeah, and that's, well, I'll give DC. They made the first 20 minutes. I think they played it correctly, except for some item choices, like Lacoste was saying on the Nature's Prophet, which definitely were interesting. And then, I mean, they had such an all-in-y kind of lineup. Like, HFN was farming, but then you have Monkey King throw ulti goes away. What do you have? You have no frontliners. Matthew's underfarmed.
This is the problem I've been talking about during the pick phase before the game about picking heroes. So it goes down to what do you have for a mid game? How do you plan to fight with these heroes? Like overall complexity, lineup more complex.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job with that.
They also just have, I mean, you know, Complexity has that teamwork right now. They're all chilling together. They've said they played together. They enjoy playing together. They just have, like, if it comes down, it's an even game, and it goes to late game, and you're basing your stuff based on like captains and stuff. I mean, Complexity just has a lead there. Kyle's known for making good calls. Yeah,
we talked about this pregame. Even if they're okay, you know, coming out of lanes and off to a good start, things seem to fall apart after a little bit. They took some bad fights, I think, that were pretty key turning points, and then their lineup, just in terms of synergy and stuff, just isn't equipped to take those 5-on-5s.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just got run over at some point.
I mean, on paper it looks good, 5-on-5. You have a pipe, you have Pugna Ward, plus you have Monkey King ulti, but after those are down, it's pretty impossible. As I mentioned, they're gonna be pretty hard to actually focus the Panda. He died 3 times, but that was the early deaths.
Yeah, you don't have a true frontliner.
Yeah.
For DC.SA, and I mean, you know, Monkey King doesn't really, unless he gets like super farm, doesn't really hold his ground that well.
Yeah.
Compared to what is running at him here. So.
Yeah, and then Beastmaster, he was first one to level 18. He's always going that Helm of the Dominator build where it just helps him secure the lane. You have that 10 HP regen and stuff, and Moo just farms up super quick, gets the double board. You don't see him in many fights, right? Like, he's playing Beastmaster way differently than some people who want to, like, go around and gank once they get his ulti. He's almost just constantly split pushing, which if coL can win fights 4v5, it's perfectly okay for him to do that.
I'm surprised if they were able to do this. I mean, I hate to highlight him as a low point for the team, but Z-Freak, 1-8. I mean, his Night Stalker didn't feel like really amounted to a whole lot, so they were able to kind of make it work around that. I don't even know if we would label all of his kills or deaths as productive deaths, but I don't know.
There actually was, because you have a Spirit Breaker who's charging. You already have a bad start. You're under-leveled. And they're throwing everything at you. You don't feed too much gold because you're not, you don't have high net worth, you're low level, and Beastmaster could split, Limp could get his items up.
The way to look at his contribution in this game is a little bit like Bounty Hunter. You see a lot of Bounty Hunters who just get die repeatedly, but they're dying to like break ganks. So the Spirit Breaker doesn't really want to charge him with his allies in tow because he's not like a juicy target. But if you see him and you don't charge him, like, you know, they know that you're there. So it kind of feels bad if you don't charge him, or they know what you're up to if they see like multiple of your heroes. So it's just tough. He played that very kind of disruptive situation where he wasn't expecting to run around and kill people. He just had to slow them down and, you know, try to again like take some heat off the rest of his team.
Yeah, and somehow he's still got a decently timed earn, and I think that's the biggest point, right? It gives them that sustain when they were counter pushing after DC couldn't push anymore. And we still don't see that many earns. Yeah, I just think I love earn. Why don't more teams get it? Actually, you see most 4s get it, but some teams just don't have it. And then you're pushing a lane like your guy's half HP. You're like, well, think if you had an earn.
Yeah,
this guy's full
earn
HP.
Is from my point of view is like a must-have item in a team, especially when you win a team fight. You get 3-4 charges. Initially 2, so it's maybe 5 charges, and you can heal up the whole team. If you don't have any other heal than that, you should just get 1. So you can actually split push or go Roche, not split push or go Roche, and get some objectives done.
Even mid-game, it cancels blinks now. The fact it cancels blinks is like one of those huge things. So I think Complexity's done a very good job of always having an earn. Maybe not even a mech, because mech, you know, harder to build into. Earn's just so much better.
Yeah, mech is really
expensive.
Like expensive. It was... the the cost was increased for the last couple of patches, not the latest ones, but still, I don't feel mech like it's super hard to make. There are better choices. Usually it goes down to getting armor on heroes, so Solar Crest is overall a better choice, pretty much. Maybe on some offlaners like a Tidehunter and. Is there anything else?
It just feels like there's a lot of
Enigma
conditions
sometimes.
for a mech carrier. It's like too kind of disruptive to your scaling and growth for like most cores to pick up, unless you're doing an all-in push. And it's a little bit too expensive or hard to put together or for like a lot of supports. Or maybe you just don't get it in time, and then it's like, oh, I'm not feeling the impact of this mech anymore because you're getting it slower than ever. It's not really changing fights for us anymore.
Yeah, that's what
so
you see only Tide get it right, because he can sit in his lane. He's always going to get farm, even if he has to go to the jungle, and that's big reason why it's only on him.
I'm watching the heroes. It is pretty much Tidehunter item. They need to do something about the item. It's too costly.
Well, you just think either give it more stats, or does it just need to be cheaper?
Maybe less cooldown.
Goodness.
Dun 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 dun. No, I'm just kidding. It sounds like we are getting a call in. It's going to be our boy Chessy again. Chessy, you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. Man, that was a long day for you guys.
Yeah, actually, the day is over with now. I'm happy.
That's good. So, I mean, obviously, game one got four. Were you expecting that? You just showed up to the house, you're ready to play, and then it was kind of like, oh.
I mean, to some extent, they asked us to reschedule when it was like 8 hours until match time. We were all sleeping, and then we wake up, and it's like an hour until the game starts.
Yeah.
They're late for that, and then they don't show up. They're not responding, and then they come like half an hour late. It's just a shit show, man.
Yeah, and then game two. You get some picks. You guys are kind of, Spirit Breaker's doing a little bit of work. Were you guys ever nervous, or did you know Z-Freak was just going to die 10 times?
I wouldn't say that we were nervous. It's like you just play around the brew split, just wait until the blink dagger comes up. Like they did play more fast-paced than we were expecting. I mean, we expected them to play fast-paced, we just didn't expect them to kind of roll us over that quickly with the tower. So in the back of our heads, we knew that we were, had to take that one fight. Either we win or we lose the game, but as long as we fight around the brew split, we're always gonna, we always had the chance to win that game.
The items that they made, especially on Monkey King, Yasha, and Pipe on Nature's Prophet, how did that affect their game?
I mean, that was pretty garbage, let's be real. You perch off the pipe with Brewmaster, so I don't know what they were thinking.
That's pretty much what we said, yeah.
We were not trying to be that harsh, we were saying, like, interesting build and stuff.
Yeah, I always say interesting if I think the build's wrong, but yeah, yours worked too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Jack had a question for you.
I didn't actually, but
what are you having for lunch?
I don't know. There's we have been ordering in like every single day here, and it's getting kind of old. What do you guys recommend? What's good to eat around here?
I mean, what are you feeling to eat? Like, what do you want? A burger, soup, what?
I just want like a homemade meal. That's what I want right
you
now.
do have the
I'm
glorious
done.
manager and Chef Josh, god of home cooked food. So
yeah, we just don't feel at home here.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're used to Florida. I mean, it's gorgeous here in California, but down in Florida, well, I wouldn't say it's gorgeous right now, but Florida will be looking gorgeous again soon. But I guess that sums it up. A quick day for you guys, and now you are 8-0, I believe? Top of the group?
Yeah.
So
Feels good, man.
Yeah, it feels good. I know, actually, I believe the very last day of group stages, you play against the Dire and DC. Are you guys kind of looking ahead to that already? I mean, it's still like 4 days away, but...
I mean, since one team has dropped out of the tournament now, and it's just 7 total, we're already 8-0. I don't think there's like no games kind of matters for us in the group stage anymore. We're still gonna try to win them all, obviously, but it's not really on our minds right now. It's more we'll use the matches for practice. We're not gonna break out the big guns.
I mean, you haven't broke out the big guns yet, or what?
The Jakiro's a big gun.
No.
You're breaking him out a lot.
Yeah. What's going on? I thought you love Jakir, right, Chessy?
I mean, I don't love Jakiro, but my captain loves Jakiro.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Well, I appreciate you taking your time to call in, Chessy. Congratulations on your 8-0. And maybe we'll see you later tonight again, so, get a good meal.
Thanks. Shout out to Grant.
Hey, that's me. All right, thanks.
Later, Jesse. Thank you so much.
Hey.
All right. What's up, guys? So that concludes our first series of the day. What's the time at? Is that accurate right there?
Yeah.
All right. So what will probably happen is, because we have about an hour, a little over an hour until our next series set to begin. So we'll probably take a small normal break. If there's food, we'll eat a quick lunch. And then we need to kill about an hour, so there's a chance we'll come back and get into the King's Pub stack here. So we'll get you the details soon enough, but for now, we will figure out what's happening. So we'll be back with a update and with more Dota action. See you soon.